Hello, my name is America Warapeza, and welcome to my assignment for task 1. This is a video going over a lesson plan that we were asked to create and present to you. The lesson title is Building Teen Numbers with Tens and Ones. The subject for today is math, and the grade levels that we're going to be going over for this lesson is kindergarten. This can be used for a classroom setting, but for these purposes, it is for an online setting, given that it is a recording. The state standards. The state standards are for South Carolina, and the standard is K.NR.1.2. And it states, compose and decompose numbers from 11 to 19 into tens and ones by using concrete objects, pictorial models, or drawings to demonstrate understanding that the teen numbers are composed of one set of 10 ones and a few more ones. The learning objective is, given manipulatives, drawings, pictorial models, and math racks, students will compose and decompose numbers from 11 to 19 into one group of 10 and additional ones with at least 80% accuracy during independent practice. For the summative assessment that I came up with is students will complete an exit ticket in which they are given 3 teen numbers between 11 to 19 and must represent each using drawings or manipulatives, then identify the number as 110 and blank ones. Mastery will be demonstrated by correctly representing at least 2 out of 3 numbers. But for this purpose, for this lesson, we're going to be doing little sheets that I have printed out, and we're going to either glue our little tens or ones blocks on there according to the teen number. And for consideration of different learners and different learning needs, we can also use little chalk, because this is a chalkboard, and we can do a comparison of how many ones are in a tens unit. Another consideration that we can also do or use for this activity is I also have crayons available for students, and for this activity they can either draw or glue or just draw their little tens and ones, and I also divided these right here, and they can draw them as close to the black little line and compare their tens and their ones together, whatever suits the student. The materials that can be used, well, for the materials for this, we have like our little tens and ones cutout blocks that students can cut out in their centers. Chalkboard, we have chalkboard bins, crayon bins. Other materials that can be used are connecting cubes or counting blocks, 10 frames, number cards, whiteboards or markers, small bags or containers for the manipulatives, and Velcro tens and ones blocks. That was what I originally was going to go for. However, we are going to suffice with glue. All right, so for this lesson, we're going to start with up here, the number 17. The number 17 is broken up into 110, as shown here, 110, and how many ones, how many numbers are in the ones place? We have 7. So with this, we're going to do this. We have 1 tens, and a 10 has 10 little cubes. Students can then apply their glue onto their little tens and glue it accordingly. And like I said, they can put it as close to that little black line so they can also glue their little ones side by side. This activity is to engage students and use their hands. There's 1, and there's 2. And for this purpose, I'm doing it as close to that little line as possible. so students can build their number sense and see how many ones are in the tens little block. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6 and 7. Another thing that students can do is also they can, with their with their pencil or crayon, they can also write out their numbers with the little block, so that can help them as well. So given like 1, that's 1, 2, that's 2, that's 3 little blocks, that's 4 little blocks, that's 5 little blocks, 6 little blocks, and 7. And sometimes this can also help the students see. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As a teacher, you can also have your students do that just to help them see how many ones are over here in the ones. So for this number, we see that there are 1, 10, and 7 ones, and you can have your students do that. This is what I would do with my students, just to help them a little bit as well. For consideration of different learners, also we can use our little chalks and have them build it out as well. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Although this one is a little bit messy. And then we can also do the ones. There are 7 ones in that one. So we can probably start from down here if we want. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And this can also help students see how many more ones it would take to make a complete ones. However, for this purpose, for the standard, we're only doing numbers from 11 to 19. Now, we're going to go on to our other number, which is 12. Students can see how many digits over here in the ones place, and how many digits are over here. How many digits are over here in the tens place, and how many digits are here in the ones place. There's one tens in the tens place. The student will clue, or they can draw it in. And there are how many numbers in the ones place? There are 2. 1, 2. You can have the students color them in as you desire as well. Let's see. For struggling learners as well, additional teacher support can be provided. You can do smaller number ranges, such as like a 12 or like a 15, smaller little numbers. And repeated modeling for students. For our more advanced learners, something that we can do is challenging tasks such as comparing 2 of our teen numbers or creating their own teen number problems. But this is, but right now we're just doing the from 11 to 19. One way that you can have students do more advanced things such as like building their own teen number problems is you can have them like writing them out, or just like doing like addition if you've reached that topic, such as like 2 teen numbers from 11 to 19. They can pick any numbers from there. So we can do a 12 and then a plus, and then we can do like another number like a 15, just to help students. And you can, another thing that you can do whenever you have them, like give them their activity sheets, is you can put the little lines under here so it can represent their place values, and you can also have them to help them if they need it, like write out like what place it is, like the 10s or the 1s, and like for this one, the 10s or the 1s. And then over here, if I had space, like 2 little lines for over here. That's something that you can go over with your more advanced students. And for English learners, because you always have English learners in your classroom, more than likely, you also have to help tailor towards them and accommodate. You can use visuals, sentence stems, such as blank is 17 is 110 and 7 ones, along with peer support or grouping them with other students to help them. And this concludes my presentation on building numbers with 10s and 1s. Thank you.